Hey y'all, we've got this here 325PACK13 Wolfpack toy hauler, and if I had one complaint, it's the size of that pass-through. Now, it's pretty dark in there. I do have my light on, but that hole, that door is 18.5 inches wide. This one over here is 26.5 inches wide. So that's all the room we get in a 40-foot pass-through for, you know, road gear and lawn gear and whatever other things we want. Maybe some tools and fluids. Check this out. 4 screws, 2 on each side, and let's see if we can get this out. Look at all that space. That's a full-size Rubbermaid container back there. And all I got to do is just make a couple shields for the water heater and maybe a couple water lines. Look at all that space. It's pretty cool. So inside this thing here is the furnace and the water heater and the bypass valves. So that wall is supposed to be a serviceable item to pull it out and use that to winterize the water heater. But what a pain in the butt to get it out for just that. So I'm going to end up trimming it down. I'm going to attach to that little 3/4 by, and I'm going to have a piece of 2x2 right here. And I don't know if I'll anchor it to the ceiling or just let it be. And I'll shield that area off. Now you can see also the fresh air return for the furnace. Every time we travel, the whole inside is covered in sawdust, and I can't figure out why. So as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by my cellular phone, yeah, the inside gets covered in sawdust, and this whole area behind this wall was just filthy. So much construction dust, it wasn't funny. So I've tied off a couple of these hoses and some of the wiring that was just way excess. I'm going to build a wall from that over to here, and then a little short wall right here. So I'll still be able to access my valves, but I'm gaining all of this space, and I'm in the way with my finger. But, you know, it's not all perfect space, but it's way better than having no pass-through storage. I can probably fit maybe 2 more of these Rubbermaid totes in here. As long as I can get them in the door, they'd be great for, you know, materials and stuff that I'll never use unless I have an emergency and need to unload on the side of the road. And there we have it. I made this 16 inches tall so I can just reach over that wall and move those valves when I need to. You see that? And like I say, I've got room for all kinds more stuff in here. I do have to be careful of my poop pipes and whatnot, and my vents, but I wouldn't mind maybe making these 2 blue and red hoses vertical someday and put a 90 in, extend them over, and that would be kind of nice to gain a little bit more space. But gee, I've had this complaint since we've owned the camper. Well, and now I don't. We ran up to the Walmart last night and got some $10 totes and started organizing some of my water items, my electrical 110 volt items, and my adapters. I'm working on my high powered, my 30 amps. Maybe I'll have one for my 50 amps. Unfortunately, our welcome mats are just a little bit too big to get a top on, but that's okay. They can ride on top. But I, other than tools, haven't even touched my pass-through that I started with. This is all just extra storage right now. And I almost forgot those. I cut up some pieces of PVC, and I wish they were 4-inch, but they're 3-inch, so I made them kind of oval. And I can fit some long stuff up in there. You always have to have a putter. And that just kind of frees up here for some camp chairs. I've got a toolbox that'll go over on the other side, and stuff like that. So I'm not really adding more stuff. I'm just organizing what I do have so I don't have to tear it all apart every time I need one thing.